is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Naja Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Taking a live look at downtown Miami. What a beautiful day across South Florida. We are tracking perfect fall weather. What a great way to end this week. And the good news, if you like the cooler weather, it sounds like it's going to stick around for a bit, Ivan.
It is, and some of us a little too chilly this morning. It's interesting, we were in the 40s to the west across well into the Everglades here, just taking a look at some of the observations. But this is the way we woke up this morning. Pompano Beach at 54 in Pembroke Pines, generally in the mid-50s. You got a little bit closer to the coast, and that's where we had temperatures a bit milder into the upper 50s. And then, of course, as we had talked about, the Keys in the 60s. Nice rebound this afternoon, but still a good 8 degrees below average for this time of year, but no complaints. Not a cloud in the sky. This is very dry air from top to bottom here, and it's going to stay with us over the next few days. As long as a wind comes out of the northwest over land, that's what's going to keep us chilly through the early part of next week. Eventually, the winds will shift out of the east, and that's when we'll start getting in onto milder temperatures here with an area of high pressure. Not just us, but you can see a cloudless sky from Key West all the way up into the panhandle of Florida. So for this evening, temperatures quickly dropping, and it's going to be a bigger drop, or a faster drop, I should say, than yesterday, because we've already established the cool air. So as soon as we get into sunset, if you're stepping out tonight, keep in mind, I don't have to warn you, you already can feel how chilly it is. It is going to continue each hour dropping by degrees, so that we're almost in the 50s by 10 o'clock. We will be in the 50s by midnight here, and that's the way things are going to shake out for not just Saturday, but heading into Sunday. I think Sunday afternoon's temperatures will be a little bit milder, but tomorrow we're still stuck in the lower 70s. Low humidity, and then we do get milder for Thanksgiving, not just with daytime highs, but even the overnight lows. As soon as that wind shift occurs, and that'll start happening early next week, that's when we'll tap into the warmer Atlantic water. So we'll go from 50s back to the mid-60s Monday morning, and perfectly average for this time of year in the upper 60s thereafter into Thanksgiving, along with a bit of a climb in humidity. You can't escape that when you get the wind off the water, but it's so dry that we're only going to go from arid here to comfortable. So it's not going to be an issue where we're going to start getting into a humid setup coming up for next week. Nothing in the tropics through the end of a hurricane season here. Nice to say, it is just clear skies across the Atlantic, and that would be it. If you're making it a beach day for tomorrow, a bit of a chilly start, so may want to wait through the afternoon. Only issue will be the rip currents that are moderate. The wind is northwest, not east, and so the rip currents aren't going to be as big of a story coming into the weekend. The water temperature continues to drop as well in the mid-70s, much cooler than just a few weeks ago. So there are the numbers for tonight. Again, low 50s, particularly across the interior, milder, less cool, mid and upper 50s right along the coast, and that's the case as well for the Keys, where you'll stay in the mid and upper 60s through the afternoon. So you wake up early enough, and you will feel the coolest air of the season. And then by the afternoon, we'll start climbing out of the 60s and back into the 70s. Great football weather coming up for New England on Sunday. Low 80s for the early part of next week. And Thanksgiving still looks good, but milder with highs back in the 80s.
Looks like a great 7 days ahead. Thank you, Ivan. Friends and family members honored the lives of 2 sheriff's deputies killed in a horrific crash yesterday morning. CBS News Miami's Peter Dinch takes us to the special tribute.
This is where a vigil is planned tonight at 6 on Southern Boulevard near Loxahatchee, not far from where the 2 Palm Beach sheriff's deputies lost their lives and where another deputy was left in critical condition. Authorities say they were struck while working in their motorcycle unit by a woman who veered around a slower vehicle on Southern Boulevard near Lion Country Safari and then hit a guardrail and struck them. We spoke to the Palm Beach PBA president about this troubling case.
Last time we lost 2 deputies was 2007, and sure enough, they were struck by a vehicle. Kind of like the same thing what happened to the 3 motormen yesterday, So this aggressive driving has to stop.
So far, no charges have been filed against the driver. We'll have much more in the story coming up in just an hour at 5. Near Loxahatchee, Peter Dinch, CBS News, Miami.
New details in the deadly carjacking of a Homestead woman. The husband of Catherine de Aguas Vivas has now been charged in connection with a drug trafficking ring. Miguel Lizardo is facing a charge of conspiracy to engage in money laundering. It is in connection with a drug trafficking organization. She was carjacked back in April in Seminole County and later found shot to death in her burned out vehicle. 4 men are directly charged for her murder. And now to a safety alert. Police are searching for a man who they say tried to rape a woman at a smoke shop in Miami Springs. It was caught on camera, but we want to warn you, this is difficult to watch.
Please get away! Please get away! Please get away! Get away, please! Help! 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 Get away!
Police say it happened almost 2 weeks ago at a business on Canal Street. Surveillance video shows this man, you see him right there, going behind the counter, worker telling him to back off, but instead he grabs her by both arms, drags her into a storage room in the back of the store. Police say the attacker put a shirt over the woman's face while touching her inappropriately and then trying to pull down her pants. Police say she grabbed a toilet plunger and fought back. Very dangerous guy, and police say this man is still out there. They've released this picture. If you have any information, call the Miami Springs Police Department. Cars were scorched after a fire broke out overnight in a Coral Gables neighborhood. Firefighters worked quickly to keep the flames from spreading to nearby homes. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner at the scene with more on what caused that fire.
The homeowner told us she is grateful that firefighters worked quickly to put out the fire because her pets were inside, and she said there's no way she would have been able to grab all of her birds if the flames had made it inside.
I was waking up at that time to go to the bathroom and I saw flames.
Flames lit up a neighborhood in Coral Gables Friday morning.
My son said, "Dad, I think the car is on fire, just over there." And I looked out his window, flames everywhere.
Coral Gables Fire said it started when this power line snapped right over these 2 cars.
This time the wire was at our house.
The homeowner didn't want to show her face, but she said this is not the first time that this power line has snapped.
You would have thought that after what happened that they would have secured those wires correctly.
We've had several transformer fires and fires at that same location. They replaced the pole, but apparently the problem is not fixed.
Last time, only bushes caught on fire. This time, the homeowner's cars. And she watched as the flames inched closer to her house. She took this video.
My birds were inside the house. Birthday, Mirabella. And I only was able to take out 1 bird, my Indian ringneck. He's my child. I was able to take him out in my robe. I'm very grateful.
Our crew's quick decision to shut down that grid and be able to extinguish the fire and save that home and for it not to affect any other homes was crucial to this operation.
1,400 customers lost their power Friday morning.
They knocked on our door at 5 o'clock in the morning and everybody had to come out.
While crews worked to quickly extinguish the flames. There is some damage to the garage, but the house is livable. FPL says the official cause of the downed power line is still under investigation. In Coral Gables, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
Miami-Dade police are searching for a shooter. It's after 3 people were shot, including 2 teenagers in northwest Miami-Dade. This happened last night near Northwest 22nd Avenue and 65th Street. Police say the victims are 15, 17, and 22 years old. Officials say they were standing outside of a vacant lot when someone came up to them and opened fire. All 3 were taken to the hospital and are stable. The shooter ran from the scene. When we come back, retailers have already launched thousands of online shopping deals. But when is it really the best time to shop? Find out when you can get those deep discounts. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. President-elect Donald Trump wasted no time selecting a new pick for his attorney general. That's after it became clear his original choice had no path to confirmation. CBS News Miami's Nicole Skenga reports from Washington.
Hours after Matt Gaetz was out, Pam Bondi was in as President-elect Donald Trump's pick for Attorney General. Bondi is a former two-term Florida State Attorney General and a staunch Trump ally who's been signaling the administration's intentions for over a year.
When Republicans take back the White House, and we will, the Department of Justice, the prosecutors will be prosecuted, the bad ones. The investigators will be investigated.
Speaking on Fox and Friends, RNC Chairman Michael Whatley says Bondi will deliver on Trump's agenda.
She is going to focus on the issues that need to be focused on, right? We need a safer communities. We need a safer country. She is going to be able to deliver that. We cannot go through what we have over the last 8 years with the weaponization of justice that we've seen with all of the attempts to go after Donald Trump.
Bondi has received a wave of support from Republican senators who were wary of the sexual misconduct investigation swirling around Gaetz. Allegations that Gaetz denies. We're told that President-elect Trump is aiming to announce his full cabinet before Thanksgiving. One thing off the president-elect's plate, a looming sentence in his 34-count conviction for falsifying business records to cover up payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels before the 2016 election. A New York judge postponed the sentencing indefinitely. It had been set for next week.
The chances that Trump would actually get sentenced to, jail or any sort of meaningful punishment at this point is virtually zero.
Trump's motion to dismiss the case is due December 2nd. Nicole Skanga, CBS News, Washington.
In today's Consumer Watch, the holiday shopping season is here. But finding the best deals online can depend on where you shop. CBS News Miami's Christine Lazar explains.
Maurice Rogers is at Target searching out holiday deals for his young son. What are the things you're looking for this holiday season?
So any kind of toy for a 1-year-old and clothes.
He shops for gifts in-store but plans to make most purchases online. Adobe predicts Americans will spend nearly $241 billion online this holiday season, up 8.4% from a year ago. And retailers are trying to attract customers with deals.
We're expecting big discounts.
Adobe Analytics expert Eric Matisoff says certain days can be better than others for savings. He says Thanksgiving will offer the deepest discounts for toys, appliances, furniture, and sporting goods. Black Friday shoppers can take advantage of bargains for televisions. There will be lower prices for computers on Saturday, November 30th. And Cyber Monday will have discounts on electronics and apparel.
As long as you align your purchasing with the best day for those deals, then you're going to end up in luck.
If you don't want to wait for the holiday weekend, many retailers like Target, Walmart, and Amazon are already offering Black Friday type deals. Audrey Pardo plans to take full advantage.
I used to work in retail, so I know how that pricing change makes all the difference, especially shopping for the holidays.
And if you buy something now but find it cheaper later, many stores, including Target, offer price matching.
Within 14 days, if they see something cheaper at our competitor, we'll price match it.
Adobe says the best online discounts fall between Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday, but retailers will continue offering deals through December. Christine Lazar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And that is your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Naja Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami and have a wonderful Friday.